Hello, everyone, and welcome to our panel presentations. Our panel consists of five members: Xu Zezheng, Wang Jiaxin, Cheng Yuefan, Zhang Liping, and Zhang Rong. In these presentations, we analyze ethical dilemmas and their solutions using China National Petroleum Corporation as our research subject. The catalog consists of 8 parts, and Xu Zezheng will present the background and ethical dilemmas of the company.
My part, as a first is the introduction. Business sexual play an important roles in present-day common renewal. Nevertheless, ensure coupled with a sexual standard, funding resolution to a sexual dilemmas turn out to be challenging task for business and the top leaders with confidence PetroChina. This case study aim to improve clear understanding about the sexual dilemmas with the help of a serological component framework and provide a constructive recommendation for asexual decision making. The case section includes in this case study includes the background review, company definition of sexual dilemmas in serological uptake and century on sexual leadership related for agricultural open and decision. Mostly important is section. Okay, let's move to next part is background. This company founded in 1990, PetroChina is a China high-quality oil and gas producer and distributors and play an important role in generation of the economy, social and environmental well-being due to this deserved activity occurs with oil, gas, and new energy. It have 466,223 employees across the world. The company owns a market cap of $67 billion thanks to the operation to through business segment like the exploration and production, refill, criminal and making natural gas pipelines as the head office and others. Based on the background review, PetroChina stand out as a typical industry gate to use deep thinking and business sexual dilemmas and leadership. The first reason to select this company for case highlight is because it have great effect and success to the push forward social and economic development is environmental sample manner is great effect in critical islands about the poor and county ensure a sexual apply. Another reason of this company was face forward plan for in general in Sudan or human rights vote in Burma. Those history case that the company will need to make a greater effort to build by asexual appellants and cope to asexual dilemmas. Okay, let's move to next part. Is definition of asexual dilemmas. Asexual dilemmas refer to solution within individual have make a different choice with consider both morally right but conflict with each other will later play an important role in business operation and management. Asexual dilemmas close related to leadership across the research. A more typical nature of managers is to equal day-to-day sexual dilemmas in such area, conflict of interest, sexual harassment, improper gift, and corporate personnel, and effective action, customer delay, and release of personals. Okay, let's move to the next part. In sexual dilemma core value, it have two. As the first is government began to pay attention to the importance of environmental production and upstream industry of PetroChina will be affected. Another is because of exploration of oil, the environment of many places has been made, even animals, it will be affected. So low carbon environmental protection next the core value of this. Okay, this is my part. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Yuefan Cheng. During the next 4 minutes, I'd like to share my understanding to leadership theory. What's leadership? A process, a trait, or a behavior? Yes, it's an open question. While Northhouse defined leadership as the process in which an individual influences a group of people to achieve a common goal. Here we are going to introduce and compare the situational theory and skills theory. Situational leadership holds that there is no best leadership style. Leaders based on the needs and circumstances of followers to select the most suitable one. Directive behavior of situational theory clarifies what to do, how to do it, and who is responsible for it. By contrast, supportive behavior involves two-way communication and response. Skills theory is followed a leader-centric view. Cates argued that effective leadership depends on three basic personal skills: technical, human, and conceptual. In 2020, Mumford and colleagues modernized the skills theory by developing skills model. Now we come to further analysis of the strengths and limitations of two leadership styles. Leadership theories. The situational approach is flexible because it recognizes the difference in people's individual level and motivations, while it cannot be ignored that employees can be very unpredictable. Skill leadership is described as a set of skills that everyone can learn. However, it does not explain how skills lead to effective leadership performance. As you can see in the left figure, three skills approach emphasize that different levels of leaders need these skills to varying degrees. It's crucial to have concept and human skills for senior managers. For middle management level, the three skills are almost equally needed. Low-level management rely more on technical and interpersonal skills than conceptual skills. Skills model extends personal traits and believes that these abilities can be learned. It demonstrates successful outcomes. Career experience affects the personal attitude and abilities, and environmental impact affects all aspects of the model. Next, let's bring the skill theory into the case of PetroChina's chairman, Hu Liangdai. Mr. Dai already has 33 years working experience in the industry, and he once leads the completion of capacity expansion and transformation of aromatic hydrocarbon combined unit of Yangzi Petrochemical. As the top decision maker of PetroChina, obviously he has surpassed these technical skills of a top leader in the field. In terms of human skills, Mr. Dai is a leader who is good at listening when making decisions and helping followers overcome obstacles. PetroChina is a typical Chinese state-owned enterprise. Imagine that the traditional hierarchy may weaken the feedback of the junior staff. Hu Liangdai's conceptual skills are approved. He not only creates new tools to develop renewable energy portfolio, but awarded the title of top 10 enterprise leaders of China's listed companies. Under his leading, PetroChina's organizational strategy actively responds to the appeal of Chinese government, which bring considerable benefits and good reputation to the organization. Thank you for your listening.
I would like to thank my group members for their presentations on the previous section of PetroChina. I will now focus on some of the approaches that PetroChina has taken to fulfill its social responsibility in the course of its development, as well as the measures it has used when facing major ethical dilemmas. Environmental protection is an important part of corporate social responsibility, and these measures to protect the environment are closely related to corporate ethics. CNPC has adopted three main approaches: sustainable resource development, carbon management, and the use of clean energy. The first is the sustainable development of resources, and the most obvious approach in this regard is the management of water resources throughout the industry chain. In oil and gas development activities, recovered wastewater is separated from oil and water to avoid pollution of groundwater and surface water. When operating pipelines, we conduct impact assessments on the water environment. Carbon emission management is also an important initiative, and the problem of carbon emissions cannot be avoided in the process of oil extraction. In response to this problem, CNPC mainly adopts 2 points. To reduce carbon emission by optimizing the company's internal energy structure, and the second point is the research and the development of low-carbon technologies to cope with carbon emissions through technological innovation. Another way is to use more clean energy. Natural gas is a bridge from fossil energy to clean energy transition. It is necessary to develop and use natural gas. Finally, CNPC has adopted the above specific approaches and applied them effectively to achieve the effect of protecting the environment, and at the same time fulfilling the company's social responsibility and enhancing the sense of corporate ethics. As a global company, CNPC focuses on social responsibility and corporate ethics in the development process, which is beneficial to the long-term development of the company. I'm done with this part. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Zhang Rong. I'm presenting to ethical dilemmas for CNPC. Chinese oil companies also face difficult choices, as China is a major energy demanding country, having surpassed the USA as the world's largest importer of crude oil, and South Korea, with the ranks second among global buyer of LNG. Importing large amounts of energies can increase domestic development and improve production capacity and international studies. It can also private companies with fixed green profits or more resources to invest in the environment and focus on environmental and green low carbon development. These two options also bring different results to the companies. The companies only focus on profit. The companies will have a very large increase the profits. The better meet the country's energy need and development, but not focus on the need to take social responsibilities and moral sins, will lose the goodwill and recognitions of many peoples to the companies. Great social impact and should have a sense of social responsibilities and morality and should maintain a sense of social responsibilities while developing the economy. It should reduce the negative impact of energy's use import on the environment as much as possible. Adhere the development of great energies, reduce the negative impacts on the environment while producing energies, and reduce the pollutions to the environment as much as possible. However, this will also put some economic pressures on the companies, but it will be good for the long-time development and moral aspect of the companies, and the public will have a more recognitions of the companies. Companies need to add momentum to the grace of their customers and the happiness of people lives by continuous to create clean energies productions and energies conservations and working to improve the economical and environment. Corporate managers need to develop a corporate culture with a sense of social responsibilities and ethics and showcase CNPC's achievement and development in the field of environmental protections in all aspects.
Hello everyone, I'm Jiaxin Wang.
Thanks for Zhang Rong's speech. Next, I would like to introduce the research results and the relevant suggestions of this presentation. Regarding the company's decision and the results, optional 1 correspond to skill theory and optional 2 correspond to situational theory. Optional 1 refers to meeting social energy demand. Companies need to increase their labor force or workload. Optional 2 refers to company pay more attention to corporate social responsibility and ethical things, and invest in upgrading technology. Optional 2 fulfills a social responsibility to allow the company to grow sustainably over the long term. As the result of optional 2, company uses low-carbon environmental technology to improve the environment, thus enhancing its ethical awareness and social responsibility. Its results can also enhance the competitiveness of enterprises. The company develops low-carbon environmental protection technologies to increase its innovation so that it can develop new products or businesses. Another negative result is increased companies' capital spending and economic pressure. At the same time, the company will be limited by the environmental production laws without low-carbon environmental protection. Regarding the conclusion and the recommendation of this study, the company facing the moral dilemma of whether to give up low-carbon and environmental protection to meet energy needs choose optional 2. This will was proposed by LULAC in 2019. Effective leadership is reflected in the fact that enterprises perform energy protection is a good way to realize the optional allocation of enterprise wealth. Therefore,
enterprises should adapt to the development of the times and actively innovate low carbon and environmental protection technologies. The conduct of the leader is moral. According to the situational theory proposed by Hersey Blanchard in 1969, the behavior of the leadership changes with the followers' needs and the situation. The company develops a low-carbon environmental protection technology that can enhance the company's innovation ability. In terms of recommendation, companies should pay more attention to environmental protection policies. At the same time, the company can strengthen the protective measures during the outbreak. Companies should invest more resources in low-carbon environmental protection investment. On leadership style, leaders should be good at listening to employee advice. The company should create a friendly and relaxed working atmosphere for its employees. Companies should also properly arrange workload for all employees by recruiting new employees. The fulfillment of social responsibility is fundamental for the long-term and sustainable development of enterprises. Therefore, leaders' decisions should be considered for the long-term development of the company according to the environmental requirements. That's all our group presentation. Do you have any question?